Hi all. So in this video we'll see what is an API and how does it contributes in system. Okay, so first we'll go for application API definition. So API stands for Application Programming Interface. It's a middleware software that allows two applications to communicate with each other. APIs can be used to get and share the data within or across the organization. Okay, so let's check with the help of real-time example. Okay, so if you see there are different components of client server architecture. So first one is a browser, which is any user is accessing any web page from its home or its laptop. Second one is API, which sends the data which users enter in the web page to the server. The third one is the server which processes the data and stores in the database. And the last one is database which stores all the data of an application. Okay, so basically database is an entity which stores all the information of a user for particular site. Okay, so suppose there is a Facebook, then all the users data, whatever data is there, so all the data is stored in the database of Facebook. Okay, so there will be central database in which all the data will be stored. Okay, so let's take one example. Okay, suppose one user wants to sign up for the Facebook. So what he will do, so he will go to the Facebook sign up page. Okay, so he will open the browser and navigate to the sign up page. Then what he will do, he will fill all the data for sign up and click on the sign up button. Okay, so what are the data? First name, surname, mobile number, new password, date of birth is there, gender is there. Okay, and after that what he will do, he will just click on the sign up button. Okay, as soon as he click on the sign up button, API request is sent which contains all the data he entered to the web server with the help of API. Okay, so how does it will send? The API request data contains this information. If you see, so first name, surname, mobile number, new password, date of birth is there, gender is there. Okay, so all the information is filled it here. Okay, and it sends the information using API to the web server. Okay, then what web server does, it adds the data into the database. Okay, currently I don't have any database. Let's consider the example Excel as an example of Facebook. So let's check, let's consider this is an database. Okay, this is the database of Facebook which contains all the information of the Facebook. Okay, there will be a database, it contains multiple tables. Okay, so I have created one table as a sheet. Okay, so all the user related information is stored in where, in the users table. This is one table, profile is different table. Okay, which contains all the data of the users. Okay, so if you see, as we have, as soon as the request is received to the web server with data, this data, okay, what it will does, it will add the entry into the database of the database table of the user. As soon as the data is entered into the database, what does the web server does? Web server sends the response to the web application with the help of API. Okay, so what it will does, it will sends the success response to the API web using API to the web page. Okay, as soon as the web page receives the success response, it shows the message that you are successfully signed up. Okay, let's consider one more example. There is a one user, okay, which is already logged in previously around 6 months back, and he wants to check the profile data of, okay, he want to check his profile data. So what he does, he click on the profile button. Okay, so as he's already logged in, there are some already data available in the database of that user. Okay, so as soon as he click on the profile button, what happens, the web application send the API request with the help of API to the web server that I want the profile data of this user. Okay, so what does API web server does? Web server fetch the data of that particular user from the database. Okay, so if you see, there is a separate profile data. So what it will does, it will take all this information, okay, and it will send this information to the browser with the help of API. Get it? So As soon as web server receives the data, it sends the data to the web page with the help of API. And as soon as the API the web page receives the data, okay, the profile data. So if you see, let's consider this as the API data of that particular user. As soon as API response is received, okay, to the web page, it shows that all the information of the profile page. Okay, so what is the request? Let's consider the request and response. So in first example, user is try to sign up. So what application does? It sends the request to the web server with the given data of the user that I want to sign up with this information. Okay, and what does the web server does? It adds the data into the database and sends the response back, yes, you are successfully signed up. Okay, what is in the second example? User is already logged in, but he wants to see the data. Whatever data he is entered previously, he wants to see that. What the web page sends, that request that I want to retrieve the profile data of my user. Okay, so what it sends the data with the help of API to the server that I want to get the data of that profile data of user. So web server fetch the data from the database and sends the response to the web page. And API response, this is basically API response. Okay, we didn't see this response in the web page, but in the web page what happens, you will see the data in the profile page with all the information. Okay, so this is from the API perspective.